A big congratulations to everyone who took the February LSAT and got your scores back today. I hope that you crushed it. If you did, amazing. It's time to switch gears and focus on your application essays. It's a great time to finalize everything and get it in ASAP if you're applying to law school this cycle. However, if you're considering a retake, today I'll dive into your options and timelines for the upcoming LSAT test dates. First, for those who don't know me, my name is Steve Schwartz. I've been teaching the LSAT since 2005, and I personally increased my own LSAT score from a 152 to a 175. Now, coming up, you have the April LSAT, roughly 6 weeks away, on or around April 10th, depending on when you schedule it. The June LSAT, you've got over 3 months away, on or around June 4th. Both of these test dates are totally fine options, depending on what your schedule is like this spring going into the summer. Of course, law schools are only going to focus on your highest LSAT score regardless, and so think about how much time you need to get the highest possible score and maximize your odds of admission. Personally, my take on it is probably that if you're applying to law school next cycle, meaning that you're applying this fall to start law school roughly 1 year later in 2025, you're going to be better off taking the LSAT in June just to give yourself more time. The April LSAT, 6 weeks, only a month and a half. Is that going to give you enough time to achieve your fullest potential? Well, maybe. If you're pretty close to your target score, but just need a little more time to refine your skills, a bit more practice tests, then that's totally fine to go for April. However, if you feel like 6 weeks isn't enough time to get the improvement that you need and you want a longer runway, then you're going to be better off taking the LSAT in June. Of course, either way, you take the LSAT in April or June, you're still going to be able to apply to law school at the very beginning of the cycle in the fall when applications open in September. Regardless of whether you choose April or June, retaking the LSAT is worth it. Even if your February LSAT score didn't meet your expectations, retaking the LSAT can still pay off big time because, of course, law schools do not average multiple LSAT scores, but rather they only take the highest score into consideration. They only have incentive to take the highest score into consideration because that's what gets reported to the ABA, which in turn is pulled by US News for consideration in the ever important US News law school rankings. And so if you got a lower score in February, followed by a higher score in April or June, the higher score in April or June is what counts. It's going to get you better odds of admission, get you more scholarship money, quite possibly both. And getting that merit-based scholarship money means you're not going to be taking on nearly as much law school debt, if any. I frequently see law school students getting offers of more than half of tuition off, possibly even a full ride. There is no reason to pay the sticker tuition for law school. So think about, do you only want to devote 6 weeks to the LSAT for a retake in April, given how important the LSAT is? Or would you rather have more than 3 months, take the LSAT in June, and still be able to apply at the same time the second the applications open in September? My thoughts are, if you will be able to study in April and May going into the June LSAT, you're better off going for June. Now, when you decide to retake the LSAT, whether you're going for either April or June, I recommend devoting a bit more time to logical reasoning, given that it is 2/3 of the test. Any gains you make in your understanding of logical reasoning will be doubled across the 2 sections. This is why at LSAT Unplugged, we craft personalized day-by-day LSAT study plans for our students that typically focus a bit more on logical reasoning than they do on reading comp, unless reading comp is a major weak area. If you're taking the LSAT in April, we would help you refine your key skills in your weak areas over the next 6 weeks. If you're going for June, we'll create a more comprehensive plan for you that addresses any weaknesses in your foundation and, of course, targets logical reasoning a bit more, in addition to allowing more time for full-length practice tests. If you're interested in finding out more, you can check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out on your LSAT retake journey. Now, of course, if your February LSAT score was what you wanted to be, again, that's awesome. Time to switch gears and focus more on your application essays, finalize everything, and get it in ASAP. Of course, many law schools have introduced new optional essay prompts in response to the Supreme Court's ban on affirmative action. These prompts are still a great chance for you to showcase your unique experiences and background, so do take the time to craft thoughtful and compelling essays. And of course, apply broadly. This is one of the best strategies for maximizing your options and your scholarship offers, your scholarship negotiation leverage. even if you've already submitted your applications, you may want to follow up with a letter of continued interest in a couple weeks or a month or so with any updates or additional essays you might want to submit, because this can make a difference. Anyway, folks, that's all for now. If you'd like my help, whether it's retaking the LSAT or applying to law school, my team and I would be glad to support you. You can check out the links below to book a call with me and my team. And in the meantime, we'll wish you all the best and take care.